What's up with you, man? I promise y'all, man. I told y'all I was gonna have the mascot, man, the enforcer himself. I don't know if you know this, Kavon, but man, that's what we call you now, man. We officially changed your name about 2 weeks ago to Mr. Enforcer. So before we even get started, man, we just want to introduce ourselves. My name is West Coast Cowboy, but y'all need to know who this is. This is Mr. Frazier. Now, I know a lot of people call him Mr. Frazier, but in the nation, we call him the Enforcer. You know what I'm saying? Mr. Strong Safety, man. Let's give it up for him one more time, can we please? So, before we get into this, man, I'm gonna get into it real quick because I know Instagram and Twitter is a big thing. And there was an incident about a week ago, man, where there was a guy named Mr. They say he's one of the best in the league, but I got one of the best in the league beside me, so that's weird. But we're gonna get to that later. But he said some things, and it just seems like the only person that really came out and really showed the nation who was really about that life was Mr. 3-5. And I just want to let you know, man, for all us out here that's just really riding for them boys, man, we appreciate. We ain't gonna really. If y'all want to see what he said, man, go on Twitter. Make sure you follow him. You can see exactly what he said. But I had a little gift for him today. I have a little gift for him today, man, and it's just a signification of what I believe he's going to represent and what I believe these DB Nation going to rest. So you ain't got to wear it now, but man, this is a swag chain, man. Swag chain. Hey, let me see. Hey, let me see. Absolutely. So just let's let the people hear your voice. So some quick questions. My first quick question is, tell me about yourself, man, and just some quick goals for 2018. Just your own personal goal, not team goals, but what are your team goals for 2018?
My team goals, obviously we're trying to get to the Super Bowl. That's
Can we clap that up? Hey, this is a defensive player talking about our ball.
That's the biggest goal, but we got to go one game at a time. So, we start out with the Panthers, and shoot, that's the first goal is to beat them.
Absolutely, man, absolutely. So we all know that this draft here is coming up, and everybody's talking about the draft this and draft that and draft that. Kind of just a quick tidbit, man. What was kind of like your draft experience, and what has gotten you to this day? You know what I'm saying? Because you may not have been someone that was drafted in the first, but you were someone who really playing like you got that caliber, man. So kind of what was your draft experience like, man?
Man, my draft experience was horrible.
Okay, I apologize.
Well, because I went to the combine, I had a foot injury. So, I knew my stock was going to drop. I was projected like third, fourth round. And then, I dropped all the way to the sixth because of my foot injury mostly. And then, that's when the Cowboys called me. But it was like other teams that was calling me around the fifth round saying, like, if you're around in the sixth, seventh, we're going to draft you. But, Cowboys came along with it.
Absolutely. They did. Now, just being a Cowboy safety, just like it's amazing that you personify everything that from the Rod Wilsons, from the J.J. Wilcox, from these guys that can really go out there and just put you on your butt. But we know that's one thing that you're really known for. But if you had to say one thing about your game, what is it something that you want people to know about your game, other than the fact that if you come across that middle, you might go to sleep?
I think people going to see a lot this year that I can actually cover. Okay. Everybody always say I can't cover just because, I can hit hard. And in this world, people think if you hit hard, you can't cover. But, there's really no proof to that. I never got a touchdown scored on me since I've been in the league. Never gave up any deep balls since I've been in the league. So, everybody that's saying I can't cover is really no proof. So, this year, that's what people are going to see.
Absolutely. And for those naysayers who say that he can't cover, we actually got some film from 2017 in the end zone. It was like a 3rd and 6 play, and you kind of put your hand back there and tap that thing out. So, a couple other plays we're going to put up there to make sure, to kind of divulge those rumors. But one thing I absolutely love about Kavon Frazier is, man, he plays with his heart on his shoulder. And one thing I think that a lot of times doesn't get highlighted on the fact is, man, you are definitely a man of the community. So kind of like, I understand you have something that's going on this weekend. Kind of like shopping with a cause, yeah. And then I know that's backdated by Kavon cares. So I mean, kind of Frazier cares. I'm sorry. Kind of explain that, what's going on with that, and how does that impact you, and why is that so important? You giving back to the nation, giving back to the people.
So Frazier cares. We do a lot for single parent families in the community, and just children who really don't have a father figure in their life. On Monday, we're actually, we're just having fun and just doing a lot of shopping. But while I'm in the store, I'll be posting live feeds and stuff, encouraging people to enter in this contest. We're going to have a contest for Mother's Day. It's going to be between 5 to 10 single mothers that we're actually going to bring them in the store around Mother's Day to do some shopping themselves. So Monday is just the fun part of it, and then around Mother's Day, we're actually going to bring the mothers in to get some stuff.
Okay.
And then we actually have a charity event Friday too. The Friday of the draft, we got a poker tournament.
Okay. Mm-hmm. Okay. So we got some poker going over. Okay. So that's absolutely amazing. So I think I've gotten a couple questions. Does anybody? Let's turn it to the people. Does anybody have any questions that you would like to ask that are 35 related? It means Mr. 35 related. I'm gonna turn this camera on you guys. Okay, I think we see. Whenever you come up, just kind of come like in this area just so we can kind of see your question, and I will, there we go.
All right, my question is, with the upcoming draft and the season, what are our needs for the draft? I mean, to draft up.
I mean, luckily I ain't got to answer them. I ain't the coach. I just go out there and play.
Yeah.
So I'm not in the front office or none of that stuff. So I don't really know the needs. We might got different opinions than the coaches in this. So it's not really my say to tell y'all. It's not really my say because I really don't know.
Thank you.
And they don't talk to us about the needs or anything like that. They keep that among themselves. Yeah.
Thank you.
Okay.
Have we drafted a new head coach?
Okay, man, phenomenal. Next, go ahead. Excellent point. But one thing I know about the Dallas Cowboys is, being America's team, there's always going to be expectations that are a little bit higher than the next team. Regardless if you go to an AFC or NFC or any type of championship, if you're not winning Super Bowls, we understand that the expectation is high being a Dallas Cowboy. Hey, we have a super fan in the house, Mr. Tattoo Mark. What's up with you, man?
I want to ask you a question. How would you like to play right next to Earl Thomas?
Okay.
I had an interview. I answered that question already. I would love to play Earl Thomas. He the real OG safety.
Right.
But with that being said, we do got good safeties, and just people just don't give us in the back end enough credit. You know what I'm saying? Like, we got Jeff Heath, who came along, at the end of the year, started making a lot of plays for us. And then we got Xavier Woods, who people still don't really talk about like that. Who was playing nickel a lot, but he can play safety too. Byron back at corner, he's gonna be a beast over there. But Earl Thomas, he'll definitely make our team a lot better. But with that being said, we do got safeties that people is gonna learn about soon enough.
Yeah. Don't you think we should go after a strong linebacker? Because you and I know that Lee.
Well, you gotta remember. You guys gotta remember. It's kind of like working at your job. You know what I'm saying? You can only kind of control what you can control. So I mean, the only thing that we're hoping is that the goals that Kavon has set, that he's able to exceed those goals. Because at the end of the day, even though football is a team sport, they get judged on their individual performance.
And the thing is, man, y'all gotta trust our front office and our coaches. You look at the last 2 years of our draft, and we had 6, fifth, sixth, fourth rounders turn into starters. So
Yep.
I mean, y'all just gotta trust what our coaches and our front office is doing right now.
Well, the only thing I can say, brother, stay healthy.
You already know.
And check out the back. There's plenty of room for the 6.
Hey!
All right, man. God bless you, brother.
Hey, God bless you too, bro.
Absolutely. And hey, man, just to throw a little stat out there that nobody ever even thinks about, your defense was actually ranked number 8 at the end of the season. So I know there's this huge assumption that our defense just need this total overhaul, but a lot of times, like my mom says, sometimes you just got to give time. So what we're asking is, man, these young guys, and I mean, he's not a young guy, he's been in the league 3 years now. So these guys who are maturing and who are turning into these great players, let's just get 2018 here and see what they can do, because if they build off of what they did last year, I'm excited. Any other questions?
Just what is the most memorable play that you've made and that has had the most impact in the game so far?
Probably versus the Redskins last year. You said the play that had the most impact, right? Yeah. It's probably the first hit I had versus the Redskins. It was actually one on the they was coming out from their goal line, and I laid a good hit on the guy like in the A gap, and I think that really set the tone for our defense to go ahead and win that game, and you know what I'm saying. So yeah, I would definitely say the Redskins game, just that whole game in general. All my hits that I had that game. I think it definitely really set a tone for our defense.
Is that the picture where you were holding up the ball against the Redskins?
No, that was the first time we played the Redskins. Shoot, that game too though.
Yeah.
But I'm talking about the second time we played the Redskins.
Yeah, for whatever, I mean, you played very well, but them Redskins you eat. I remember the play when they swung to the right hand side and the running back leaked out. You stayed in your grab integrity, straight beeline to him, took him out. That's when you saw the first. Got to get one of those before you get out of here. Oh, I do. That actually leads into a question. I mean, this is probably something that you get asked a question, but I mean, the ice in the veins, just like from everywhere you've come from, like where does that actually personify when you make a play? When you're with the highlight of your excitement, what does that mean to you? Like, what are you letting us know when you let us know you got that ice in your veins?
Well, I do it more for being cold-blooded, just cause it's really hard to come in and really don't play defense, for 13 games, and then week 13 you come in and play like I played on week 13. So that's like you really got to be a cold-blooded, you got to be a cold-blooded killer to come in and do stuff like that. So that's what that's my definition of me pointing to my wrist. It's not necessarily ice in the veins; it's more cold-blooded.
Okay. Absolutely. Well, do we have any other questions before we allow him to enjoy himself for a little bit? Lewis, president of SCDCFC, please slide in, brother. I've been working for 2 weeks to get this right.
What's going on, man? What's going on? You guys have a question for me? I got a lot of questions.
But we just wanted to get in here and just give you a couple of minutes, man, because we're all the way in Southern California, but for whatever reason, people in Texas don't believe we be riding this hard, but we do, man. So I just wanted to get him in here and give him a little airtime, man, while we got the player on here. Lewis, why is it so important for you to get players out here at any time? Because this is not a one-time event, but why is it so important for you to get players out here and get them involved with your club?
Yeah, it's definitely important for all the Cowboy fans to have as much engagement as possible with current players or players from the past. We're diehard fans. I mean, we ride. I definitely tend to hear that a lot about, you're from California and you're not from Texas, but man, we're America's team. We're America's team. We're all over the place. And I know when Frazier goes to every stadium, you see us all over the place. You see us with our flags. You see guys, probably trying to jump on the field, right? So, we rep, man. We rep. We're Cowboys. The Cowboys Nation is definitely.
And that's why training camp's in California.
Hey, I actually have a question question. Out of all the away games that you've gone, where was like the one stadium that it almost where? I mean, obviously you were away, but it was like, dang, it's a lot of Cowboy fans here. Like, what was that one? Like, was there a away game that you've gone to where it's like, man, we were thick in the building?
What stadium was that? Man.
I hope it's one I was at.
I think it was
San Francisco, Arizona.
Yeah, it was
San Francisco.
Hey, you was there. We was there. Hey, if you was at San Francisco, give it up, man. If you was at San Francisco, hey, I was there, man. That's what I'm talking about.
In the past 2 years when we played San Fran, we was deep. Cowboys was deep.
We were deep.
You know, it's basically turned into a home game for us, and you know that kind of helped. Well, not kind of, it does help us out when we on the field. We see all, you know, blue and white Cowboy, you know, Cowboy Nation, like, we automatically just play better. You know what I'm saying? So.
And you heard that, though. You heard that. That was loud and clear.
Hey. So, man, anybody else have any questions before we allow him to enjoy himself?
Cowboys! 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 Cowboys!
Can you wear this on the plane?
No flag zone.
I'll probably get escorted out if they see me with this.
No.
They probably think I'm trying to bomb it or something.
Well, you can wear it, you just can't get on the airplane with it.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
I think Marie got a question.
What's up? You got a question?
Question? She's...
You got a question, Marie?
Hey, I have a question. So, Mr. Frazier, the hair, how long are you letting it grow? You gonna let it go to this, or you trying to let it go all the way down?
No, I'm gonna let it go far. You know what I'm saying? I don't plan on cutting it no time soon, so
Okay. YL told me to tell you, you never catch him.
it's here not longer.
That's what he told me to ask you that.
I don't even want to talk about why right
Okay,
now.
he told
It's
me
here not longer.
he told me to tell you that you won't catch him. And then also, one of my friends, Andy, wanted me to ask you about. He said specifically ask him about his basketball game and his one game. I said it was a 1-day contract, but he texted me back and said specifically no.
He extended
Tyson.
that contract.
Okay, but I'm just telling you what the text said. The text said no, it was not don't say 1 day contract. It was a 1-game contract. So what's up with this aggressive the basketball, and how's the basketball game coming up?
You know, I just like playing basketball just in general, just for cardio, and you know, it's just fun. Like, I grew up a basketball player. I didn't really like football that much growing up. So I mean, you know, every once in a while I just go out there, you know, and just have fun sometimes, and you know, ask Andy how my skills is.
Yeah. Now, he said you get buckets. I ain't gonna lie. He said the Cowboys in general get buckets.
Yeah, we got a lot of good players on the team.
Okay. Well, shoot, man, this is pretty much going to conclude the end of the interview. We just want to thank you for being here, man. Have yourself a good time, and if you need something, you already know the call, man.
You already.
I appreciate you, brother. Hey, let's give it up one more time for Kavon Frazier.